Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Man shot and killed in New Kingston. Brazen gunmen continue to rain terror in the corporate area as they shot and killed a man while he was in his vehicle on Trinidad Terrace in New Kingston on Friday evening. The incident, which happened about 7 p.m., sent shoppers and workers scampering for cover. Reports are that the men on bikes pulled up beside the man who was in the Nissan motor vehicle and peppered him with bullets and then sped off, making their good escape. Police were alerted and found the man slumped over the steering wheel. The man, who is yet to be identified, was pronounced dead. The Corporate Communications Unit, the information arm of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, confirmed the shooting. Woman chopped to death in Bull Bay. Police are seeking a man who allegedly chopped his 42-year-old partner to death and wounded a woman who had attempted to intervene. The incident happened in Bull Bay, St. Andrew at about 8:30 p.m. on Friday night. The deceased has been identified as Sonia Campbell of Version Gully in Bull Bay. Reports were that Campbell was at home when she got into a dispute with her common-law partner. The man allegedly began chopping her all over her body. Another woman who was in Campbell's home attempted to intervene and was chopped as well. Both women were taken to hospital, where Campbell was pronounced dead and the other woman admitted. The man is reportedly on the run. 19-year-old sentenced to 2 months imprisonment for stabbing friend with screwdriver. A 19-year-old man on gun charges was sentenced to 2 months imprisonment on Tuesday for stabbing his friend with a screwdriver. Shakari Miller pleaded guilty to the charge of unlawful wounding after he appeared in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court. When Senior Parish Judge Lorian Cole Montague asked the complainant if he would like to be compensated for the injury, the man said no, despite admitting that Miller was among a group of people who ambushed him on his way home one evening. The complainant told the judge that it wasn't the accuser's fault. Turning to Miller, the judge asked if he has any other case, and he indicated that he has an ongoing case for illegal possession of a firearm, for which he is to return to court on January 16. Handing down the sentence, the judge told Miller he will be sentenced to 2 months in prison at hard labor. MP Michael Phillips wants harsher penalties for predalities.
So when we have predal in communities like Wilderness, up in Medstone, Sherhampton, Huntley, it hit us hard. And I think we have been talking too long in how it is that we deal with predal. I shouldn't say it, but I like to see two of them thieves that get caught and justice brought to them, because the justice that we talk about in carrying them to the courts and then them get let go, because we had a case in the constituency where they went and took some goats from a farmer. The farmer and other residents back up the thief them, take out the goat them out of the vehicle instead of waiting on the police. And the case was thrown out of court recently because there was no evidence that the goats were in the vehicle itself. And those thieves went off. Something has to be done because the livelihoods of our farmers are threatened by these two-footed thieves.
I could never support jungle justice. But I think that our farmers and just Jamaicans overall have reached to a tipping point when it comes to the crime that is taking place, be it the murders, be it predal larceny. And in this instance, I was referring to a predal larceny that is taking place in northwest Manchester and in the parish of Manchester itself. I think we have to relook at the laws that when persons are held, that there's swift action, not only by the police itself, but by the court system. We have to look at how it is that persons, when held, is dealt with by the state. I don't want my residents in Northwest Manchester to go and kill anybody and then now end up behind bars for murder, even after their own loss of an income. But let us use Northwest Manchester, for example. We have one police station. That police station has one vehicle. Otherwise, we are assisted parts of the constituencies assisted by Mandeville. Manchester is seeing nearly 80% increase in murders for this year. Pre-deal larceny is on the back burner because the police, they're stretched. We have been saying for a very long time that there needs to be a dedicated, not just one officer in a police station that deals with pre-deal larceny, but you have to build out, just like how you build out enforcement team with transport authority and different agencies, NEPA. We have to build out a dedicated team in dealing with pre-deal larceny. Otherwise, you're going to have more persons should be going into agriculture, but not leaving agriculture because of the loss of crops that an honest man has taken his resources and put in the ground, and then a two-legged thief just come and take it out just like that. If it is that some persons will lose their lives, then at this point in time, so be it. But I'm not asking my residents or any Jamaicans really to take it on their hands to where jungle justice is concerned. But we are at a tipping point right now. We had a set of farmers in northwest Manchester losing over 20 head of goats over the last week in one night. Now, what are you going to say to those farmers? As when they go to RADA, there's not enough resources to help them to put them back on their feet. As a member of parliament, we don't have that amount of resources. But then now, those set of farmers will now end up at Ministry of Labour in the welfare line. We have to do better.
So is the case where you think the right sentencing is kind of encouraging these thieves and in the same way discouraging them?
It is. I told the story of the farmer who quick response back up the vehicle that stole his goats, and instead of waiting on the police, took the goats out of that vehicle and back into his vehicle. And what ended up happening is that when they went to court, the police could not say for a fact that he saw the goats in the vehicle of the robbers, and those robbers end up getting off. That goat farmer is now dead.
Jamaica's first drive-through medical center opens in St. Andrew. One of Jamaica's first drive-through testing centers has evolved in Jamaica's first ever drive-through full-service medical clinic. The clinic, the Quick Clinic Drive-Through, is set up by two private sector companies, Snap Consulting and Oneness Health. In a statement, the operator of the clinic says it's moving to address the excess wait time often experienced in several of Jamaica's medical centers. Most people do not have the time to go to the doctor's office to sit and wait for 3 hours to be seen. We saw a need to provide a quick and reliable service to our patients, and it was due to this consideration that Quick Clinic Drive-Through came into being, noted the clinic's co-founder Brandon Hugh. Quick Clinic Drive-Through is located at 89 Barbican Road in St. Andrew and is open 7 days per week. A wide array of services including glometer reading, blood paneling, fluid shots, wounds dressing along with school work-related medicals are offered. In addition, the clinic says it seeks to assist people in Jamaica who are reluctant to visit the doctor's office. According to Quick Clinic Drive-Through, it has 2 medical doctors and staff, as well as nurses and clinic staff. The clinic says on average, patients can be in and out of the drive-through facility within an average time of 8 minutes. We are seeing that more patients who feel a bit unwell, who, under normal circumstances, would not go to the doctor to wait due to not wanting to take the time off from work, or driving through our clinic. The term prevention could not be more relevant. With our quick service, patients can come in at the first sign of feeling unwell, as opposing to waiting until things get so bad that they must go to the doctor, noted Dr. Allen, who is a co-founder of Oneness Health. Quick Clinic Drive-Through says it initially started out with an entity which filled a need for a convenient drive-through COVID-19 testing. With life coming back to some semblance of normality, we immediately saw how much our fellow Jamaicans needed for convenience and timelessness in healthcare and decided it was time to launch our medical drive-through center, one which allows us, patients, to get their services done as quickly, efficiently and professionally, Mr. Hugh further commented. Meanwhile, manager of the clinic, Von Black, has described the clinic as an innovative medical endeavor. Mr. Black says Quick Clinic Drive-Through was intentional about being the only drive-through medical center on the island that accepts all major health cards. As always, we listen to our patients, and one of their top requests was the ability to use health cards. We are proud to announce that we are now accepting all major health insurance including Sagicor, Guardian Group, and Canopy Black mentioned. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell